You're a hard man to find, Galen. But farming? Really? Man of your talents? It's a peaceful life. It's lonely, I should imagine. Since Lyra died, yes. Oh. My condolences. Search the house. This is only one Kenobi, only one. Following the line of 6-inch figures that I want to embrace in my life now, time to do this guy. Again, like Rex, that's another figure I would love to see in the vintage collection. I think it would be awesome to have a Director Krennic, because he's such a good character, fully articulated, on a Rogue One card. Stay there. See, that was a great figure. Even the facial sculpt of that was awesome. So the question is this: if they could give us another one in fully articulated form, maybe with a soft cape, I don't know, because the hard cape seems to work in both forms. That one and this one here, the hard cape is great, but in a vintage collection figure, it might be cool to have a soft one. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. But anyway, let's just review this guy. This is the closest you're going to get to a super articulated Krennic, because that's all there is. Stay tuned. That's why. Let's open him up. Yeah, and so just before I open him, here's another look at the front of the packaging. And he does look good in the packaging, but he will look even better out, no doubt. And yeah, Ben Mendelsohn, Director Krennic, the guy who played him, Ben Mendelsohn, was pretty darn awesome, I'd say, in that film. My favourite part of the film, I reckon, apart from seeing Tarkin, this guy was awesome, really good character. Interesting, just more depth to the Imperial hierarchy. You know, the politics that go on behind, the links to the Nazi regime, I'd say, and the people struggling or fighting, squabbling. Freeze frame there if you want to read about it. I won't read it to you, I'll just let you freeze that if you want to read it. I've made a video on Director Krennic before, wanting him in the vintage collection, and I talked about my theories of, you know, well, not theories, they are actually fact. It's what Lucas wanted to do, to portray the Imperials like the Nazis. They're all bickering, fighting for favour with the with the Emperor, the leader of the whole thing. So this guy was just another entity of that power struggle. And he is a man of great ambition, and, you know, loved it. Really good. So let's get him open. Okay, so here he is, and, you know, the first thing that hits you when you see him on the shelf in the packaging is the facial sculpt, how good it is. And now you see it loose. It's just awesome. They've just captured Krennic's appearance perfectly. This is, I suppose, the digital tech and the exciting thing about, you know, ongoing with figure collecting. 6-inch, 3 3/4 inch. And that was a good figure as well. That had a good likeness, even for a smaller figure. But this is, you know, brilliant. Brilliant. So what we're missing is a 3 3/4 inch with the articulation. But yeah, the point is that the new digital technology, whatever they're doing to sculpt the faces, is excellent. And I think they've improved even more, because this is an older figure than the Rex I just reviewed. And I think they've done some more details to the features, like the eyes sparkle a bit more on that Rex I've just done. But this guy, yeah, anyway, whatever. The sculpt is awesome. The detail is excellent. I've just taken the cape off just to show you the articulation. As you can see, it's all a full articulation. Ball joints on the elbows, shoulders, and you've got the wrists here with the hinge there as well. It seems like a swivel on the waist, and then you've got the double jointed knees and the ball joint hinge. But I beg your pardon, just ball jointed ankles, yeah. So that's all there. Fantastic. There's not really much I want to do to articulate him, because without question, I'm going to have him on a shelf like that, with his cape on, which is a hard goods cape, which gives them the option, if they were to give us a vintage collection Krennic, you could have a soft goods cape. The figure also comes with this blaster, which is pretty cool. Again, I'm going to leave a link, by the way, to the video I made on Krennic previously, which was in a series of videos I made called the Vintage Collection Wishlist. Those videos took me a long time to make them, because they required a lot of editing. Excuse me, you can't even see what I'm doing. They required a lot of editing, and I cut with music from the film and did voiceover and shots of the character and talked about Star Wars lore. It wasn't like a figure review as such, it was more like a discussion prompter, because I want certain figures in the vintage collection and I wanted to talk about him seriously as being a top contender. But in the video I talked about a few things, that link with the Nazis that I discussed before. Also, this guy's appearance and why he appeals to me, at least, because he reminds me so much of, well, Grand Admiral Thrawn, obviously, but Wolf Yularen is the other guy he reminds me of. That's Wolf Yularen, who is an extra in A New Hope. He's one of the guys sat around the briefing room table. He's the guy in white, if you weren't sure. But that guy, that character anyway, is... his character expands in the Clone Wars. He's one of the admirals of the fleet. But anyway, so that's why I like Krennic anyway, because not many Imperials wear white. Only those guys I mentioned that we know of, and maybe a few others, I don't know, who read comics. But anyway, so what can we do? He looks great like that, doesn't he? That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have him pose there, and I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind getting hold of a Tarkin and a Veers and maybe a Piet and just having all 4 guys stood together like that. That'd be just awesome. There's not a hell of a lot more I want to say or do with this now, folks, other than wrap it up there. Check out the link in the description for my full Director Krennic video. I really hope they give us a good figure and a card back in the future vintage collection on a Rogue One card. That would be pretty darn awesome. This has been Only One Kenobi. Please leave your comments. Share this video if you wish. Subscribe if you're new. Yeah, as I say, leave your comments because I want to know your thoughts on the guy. Do you like the character, the actor, and also do you want to see him in the vintage collection? I'm sure you do. Only One Kenobi. Only one. Out.